Breeders' Cup Championship Saturday 2025. Let's take a look at the granddaddy of them all, the Breeders' Cup Classic. A field of 10 has been drawn. They're going to be going 10 furlongs, a mile and a quarter, the Classic Test on Saturday. And the all-time record, we've got 27 races won by the older horses, 4 years old and up. And overall in the Breeders' Cup Classic, 14 3-year-olds have won the Classic. This year we've got the classic battle of the 3-year-olds against the older horses. We've got Sovereignty, the Kentucky Derby winner, Journalism, the Preakness winner, Baeza, the Pennsylvania Derby winner, and Nevada Beach taking on the older horses, led by Mindframe, Sierra Leone, the 2024 Breeders' Cup Classic winner, Fierceness, Forever Young, and Kentucky Jockey Club winner, Antiquarian. It's going to be Saturday at Old Del Mar. Post positions have been drawn. Fierceness, the Pacific Classic winner, post position number 1. Baeza out of post position number 2. The May Foal won the Pennsylvania Derby. Nevada Beach, the Goodwood Stakes winner. Contrary Thinking entered as a clown show. Forever Young, Japan, 3rd in last year's Classic, 3rd in last year's Kentucky Derby. Sovereignty, the Kentucky Derby winner and Belmont winner for Bill Mott. Sierra Leone, trying to become the first horse since Tisnow to win it 2 years in a row. The big daddy, the granddaddy of them all, the Classic. We've got Mindframe, Todd Pletcher, and Irad Ortiz. Journalism, the Preakness Haskell winner, and Antiquarian draws post position number 10 with Louis Saez in the winner. Let's take a look at the days away. That's going to be the big talking point. This year, a lot of the horses training up to the big dance. Sovereignty comes in off a 70-day layoff. Antiquarian, 62. Journalism, 63. Fierceness, 63 days off since the Pacific Classic. And we've got Baeza, 42 days off since winning that Pennsylvania Derby. So a lot of horses taking some time off, getting ready, preparing for the ultimate Breeders' Cup Classic. Let's take a look at the race replays. Led by Sovereignty. He's the race favorite. He won the Travers Stakes. He got down and dirty at 10 furlongs, defeated Bracket Buster, and Sovereignty's going to go. Sovereignty has not lost since losing the Florida Derby back at Gulfstream Park, a 70-day layoff, training forwardly for the Classic. You've got the Belmont Stakes for Sovereignty. Look at this race. Journalism took the lead, Baeza right there, but Sovereignty defeats him again, just like he did in the Kentucky Derby. This time it was on a fast track, but Belmont Stakes winner, Kentucky Derby winner, Sovereignty, he loves the mile and a quarter distance. Now from Japan, Forever Young, 3rd in this race. Last year, he prepped again in Japan. The Nippon TV High Stakes came a little bit off the pace. He comes in and he is looking to win the Big Daddy. 10 furlongs is right up his alley. Of course, he ran in the Dubai World Cup. Last year, he was 3rd in the Kentucky Derby, right behind Mystic Dan and Sierra Leone, bumping and grinding in the stretch. Forever Young tries to make the winning move this year in 2025. We go to Baeza, the May Foal. He was not good enough out of the wide post position in the Kentucky Derby. Sovereignty and Journalism got the jump on him. Baeza came back and tried to get a run at Sovereignty in the Jim Dandy. Couldn't catch him. Here's the maiden win by Baeza. Nice win out on the West Coast. And for one of the first times, he doesn't have to ship. Of course, in the Pennsylvania Derby, it was a fast pace. They set it up on the front end. Baeza knocked down the pins, coming from behind, and he motored away, winning that Pennsylvania Derby. The big, leggy, long, lanky colt. He's a May Foal, trying to get better, going to try to win it all and reverse the tables on Journalism and Sovereignty here in the big one. Now we've got Nevada Beach. He won the Goodwood Stakes, going to take on older horses, goes up in class for trainer Bob Baffert, could be as high as 25-1, which is a big price for a Bob Baffert trained runner. He's in good form, a recent win. You may want to take a look at him. Meanwhile, the horse for course angle, we've got Fierceness, second in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. Sierra Leone won the Breeders' Cup Classic. Journalism won a maiden race. That was at Old Del Mar. Forever Young, third in last year's Breeders' Cup Classic, if you want to find the horse that maybe has a little experience at Del Mar. Now, never raced there, Baeza, Antiquarian, Mindframe, Nevada Beach, and Sovereignty, all taking their first trip around the Seaside Oval. Now you've got Fierceness, a blowout performance in the 2024 Florida Derby, stamped his potential. You may have forgotten about that race, but when he runs a big one, he runs a big one just like he did in the Pacific Classic. Now in the Pacific Classic, he ducked in the start. He had the one hole that day. Guess what? He draws the one hole again. Let's see if he can avoid that trouble early, because after he ducked in at the start, it was all Fierceness in the stretch. He got the jump on Journalism. Fierceness defeating Journalism in the Pacific Classic. They've both trained up to the Classic since running 1-2 in the Pacific Classic. Now you've got Mindframe, the Stephen Foster winner. That one, he defeated Sierra Leone, made his move on the turn, got the lead, and powered away. You know, remember he ran in big races last year, the Belmont, and he also ran in the Haskell. And Mindframe definitely capable of winning this race. Remember, he's got 3 wins at Churchill Downs. He won the Churchill Downs Stakes on Derby Day this year. That was a 7-furlong race. A mile and a quarter, maybe outside his scope. Maybe it could be right up his wheelhouse. We'll see. Mindframe going to be 8 or 9-1 in the Classic. Now, Mindframe does like Churchill Downs, but overall, he's got to face a good group of horses who are proven at 10 furlongs. Now, Journalism, the Preakness Stakes. He had trip trouble. They bumped him. He would not be denied as he ran down Gosger in the shadow of the wire. Journalism picking up the win at Old Hilltop. Then he came back in the Haskell Stakes. Same setup. Gosger dueling on the front end. Journalism out in the middle of the track. Bumping, grinding, fighting his way all the way to the wire, getting up in the final strides. It was Journalism. Now the plot thickens. He gets a jockey change. All eyes will be on Jose Ortiz as he rides Journalism for the first time. Umberto Rispoli is off the mount. Jose Ortiz is on the mount. And Journalism probably going to be right around 10-1 odds. And he was favored in the Kentucky Derby and in the Preakness. Now we go to Sierra Leone, Breeders' Cup 2024. Fierceness on the lead. Sierra Leone and Flavien Prat make their move into the turn. Sierra Leone gets even, then goes by Fierceness. Deep in the race, down at Del Mar, tries to pull a Tisnow and win it 2 years in a row for America. Meanwhile, the Whitney Stakes, Sierra Leone got the setup again. The rabbit was in there in contrary thinking. Fierceness faltered, but Sierra Leone just gobbling up ground in the center of the track. He's the 5 horse, got the job done that day. Flavien Prat returns and tries to return him to the winner's circle in back-to-back classics. Now we go to Antiquarian, the Jockey Club Gold Cup. A lot of action early on, but down the lane, it's Antiquarian loving the 10 furlongs. He's ran some big races this year at Churchill Downs. He ran at Belmont, at the Big A, Saratoga, Jockey Club. He put it all together. He's capable. Another 20-1 shot for Todd Pletcher in the Classic. Now, Nevada Beach, we talked about him. Let's take a look. Last year we had a fast pace in the Classic. 44-4, 109-2, 135, 2 minutes and 3/5. Now this year, the pace of the race, the rabbit is contrary thinking. He's not a grade 1 horse. He should falter earlier. That's going to set up Fierceness on the lead by the 6 furlong mark. Nevada Beach, Mindframe, those are next in line. Then we've got Journalism, Sovereignty, and Baeza. Journalism got the jump on Sovereignty in the Derby. Sovereignty won the race. Sierra Leone is the closer. horser, Forever Young, could be sitting there anywhere from 3rd to 6th place. I think he's going to make his move probably before any of the 3-year-olds in this race. It's going to be a tactical race for the Classic. An average pace, maybe it heats up a little bit if Fierceness wants to go a little bit early. Now, overall, last year we had a fast pace in the Classic on the pace scale, fast at the 4 furlong mark, fast at the 6 furlong mark. Now, Beyer speed figures. Sovereignty is on top, but they're all very jumped together. Could be within a couple of lengths, 4, 5, 6 horses. So it's going to determine trip, pace, post positions have been drawn. Should be a fast track. Some key jockey changes. Jose Ortiz to journalism. Luis Saez riding Antiquarian. John Velasquez back on Fierceness. Flavian Prat on Sierra Leone. My top choice in the Classic is going to be journalism. I like the jockey switch. I think he made his move in the Derby and in the Preakness a little bit too late. And he's going to be 10-1 odds. Exactas, journalism over Sovereignty, Baeza, Sierra Leone. But if you like Sovereignty, you could just as well go with some of the older horses like Mindframe, Fierceness, maybe even Sierra Leone. And if you like a long shot, Nevada Beach, done nothing wrong. Antiquarian, he should like the distance. A lot of different ways you can go in this race. Good luck. Sovereignty, Baeza, journalism, Sierra Leone, all capable of winning this race. 10 furlongs, and the long shot play for me, maybe Baeza. I think he's going to be 15-1, improving a May full, definitely capable of getting the job done. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. We've already got a video up of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And Fierceness, Baeza, Forever Young, Sierra Leone, Mindframe. Who do you like in this big one? Leave a comment. And remember, D. Wayne Lucas always said, people have opinions, horses have the facts.